First and foremost, I gotta say, oh my goodness.
This moment right here is the defining moment for young Link in Melee. What is a character that hardly was even played at the time doing facing against Hungry Rocks? What is a character that was bottom 9 in Melee doing fighting a top tier character like Jigglypuff? Stay tuned. Young Link's overall appearance in tournaments is low. Shoutouts to all the Young Link mains out there. He has a laundry list of flaws. Despite having a sword, Young Link lacks a lot of range. For example, Link gets the Master Sword while Young Link gets the Kuriki Sword. Despite having a multitude of recovery options, his recovery is not really doing him too many favors, and he has a terrible time at KOing because he lacks a lot of power. I mean, what do you expect? He's young Link. He's supposed to be shorter, stubbier, less powerful version of Link, who is the opposite of his counterpart, having significantly better KO power range, but trades it for a slower speed compared to young Link. Fun fact, both Link and young Link are ranked right next to each other on the most recent Melee tier list, which is rare for clone characters in Melee, as usually they're either close in viability or they're just completely not. And I'm sure most people have seen this, but young Link can do a lot of jank. Yeah, boomerang super jumps, baby. Really cool. To answer the question though, why young Link is so niche, we have to go over his attributes. He's a lightweight character. To put in perspective, he's the same weight class as characters like Mewtwo and Jigglypuff. Being a lightweight character isn't necessarily a death blow. The qualities of your overall moveset needs to offset how easy you can be KO'd. A lot of his moves just don't kill. Forward air is a terrible move, and if you're trying to do something with it like KO, it's really bad at doing that. His smash attacks are either good get off me tools or combo tools, but don't have enough knockback to be useful. However, young Link's main boon is his mobility. He's got the 8th best airspeed in Melee, having similar acceleration as well, which means in the air he's actually really good. He has a wall jump, which is a unique option for his recovery. Despite being weaker than Link, some of his moves are pretty strong, like his gnar and down air. And because young Link's faster, he's going to be less committal than Link. He can run around, throw projectiles due to his small size and avoid things. It makes him really nimble. Young Link is great at bobbing and weaving, avoiding attacks, and then picking his moment to approach, where Link is going to do a similar thing, but Link doesn't have the same level of freedom because he's a bigger target and slower. Because young Link's attacks are weaker and generally not that strong, this made him very interesting character to use, especially against floaty characters. Floaty characters like Peach and Jigglypuff are notoriously hard to combo because they can fall out of a lot of opponents' combos, so you introduce a character that is super uncommon for the time, and you could say even a bit underrated. KO power is so low, he can actually combo them a little bit more consistently at times. The fact young Link is fast and has 3 projectiles, that means he has fast tools that can be comfortably used and actually can challenge Jigglypuff's tremendous aerial drift and mobility. Boomerang can keep characters at bay from approaching young Link. Funnily enough, it's stronger than Link's on hit. Fire arrows actually have more hit stun than Link's arrows because there's fire. Young Link's bombs have 2 extra explosion hitboxes, does more damage than Link's, and this makes young Link's bombs super good at dealing with aerial punishes, as the bomb can lead into his combo finishers like his down air. His up special has extra hitboxes on the move, but it doesn't have the deadly semi-spike hitbox that Link has. Despite both Link and young Link being clones, the types of characters they do well against varies, with young Link having a slight niche against floaty characters and Link being better against the more regular characters in the cast. To put in perspective how rare that can be, a lot of the lower tiered characters in Melee don't have consistent tools to beat floaty characters. Most low tiered characters have losing matchups against the floaties because they have inconsistent combos against them, and most of them just have a way better moveset overall, so sorry Pichu, you're getting outclassed. In retrospect, young Link doesn't beat Jigglypuff. There's actually counterplay to the character. Puff can maneuver past young Link's aerials, and then once she gets an opportunity to commit with her overall more powerful punishes like her rest or back air, it leaves a harder time for young Link to even do anything. Some of Puff's moves have superior range and power. H-Box started to learn the matchup a little bit more and start to use his Puff more aggressively and have more competent edge guards against young Link, which made it harder for him to beat him. Even Puff's up air beats young Link's down air, which is kind of funny. Young Link for sure is good at camping and using his aerial mobility to adopt a hit and run playstyle, but his rise in the meta forced other people to adapt to his more niche style of gameplay that is still around and still being developed, but on a much lower key scale.